Khanti paramang tapo titikha. That means forbearance, patience is the highest austerity, highest meditation. Patience is the highest meditation, the great, the supreme. Tonight, we want to understand the importance of forbearance and loving friendliness. Our topic is how to practice forbearance and loving friendliness. We are here to study, investigate, and practice the real words of the Buddha. As such, we always go to the original teachings of the Buddha. Tonight we are going to discuss the discourse from middle length teachings of the Buddha, the discourse number 145, advice to Punna. According to this discourse, one Venerable Punna went to practice meditation in a far distant place where there were rough, tough people. There is a very interesting dialogue between Venerable Punna and the Buddha. Let's understand this tonight for our Dhamma discussion. Let's come to the discourse. This discourse, advice to Punna, was delivered by the Buddha while the Buddha was dwelling at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. When it was evening, once Venerable Punna rose from his meditation and went to the Blessed One. After paying homage to the Blessed One, he sat down at one side and said to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, it would be good if the Blessed One would give me brief advice. Having heard the Dhamma from the Blessed One, I will abide alone, withdrawn, diligent, ardent, and resolute. This is the way to practice. Not only Venerable Punna, according to the original discourses, many monks came to the Buddha and asked his advice. Some wanted to know the advice in brief. Once a certain monk came to the Buddha and asked, Bhante, please teach me the Dhamma in brief. Then the Buddha said, Manyamano bhikkhu baddho marassa, means bhikkhu, if you have manyamana means if you have the I, myself, if you grasp anything as mine own, as mine, me and myself, it is the way to attach It is the way that the Mara is grasping you. Amanyamano bhikkhu buddho mutto papimato. If you have no such identity belief, if you have no such notion as mine, me, myself, instead if you have it's not mine, not me, not myself, then it's the way to release from Mara, the death, like that. So this Venerable Punna asked brief advice. Then he said the purpose. Having heard the Dhamma from the Blessed One, I will abide alone. Having listened to the Buddha. That is the way to practice. When you listen to the Dhamma, you have to be alone to practice. Withdrawn. Then practice diligently, ardently, resolutely. Then the Buddha said, well, then Punna, listen and attend carefully to what I shall say. Yes, Venerable Sir, Venerable Punna replied. The Blessed One then said, the advice, this is the Buddha's advice. Punna, there are forms cognizable by the eye that are wished for, desired, agreeable, and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a bhikkhu delights in them, welcomes them, and remains holding to them, delight arises in him. With the arising of delight, Punna, there is the arising of suffering, I say. That is the Buddha's advice. There are forms, as we see different forms, which are cognizable by the eye, that are wished for, desired. We have desire, desirous, agreeable, likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative lust. This is the nature of forms. If someone, whoever, delights in them, welcomes them, and remains holding to them, then what happens? Delight arises in him or her. With the arising of such delight, there is the arising of suffering. That is what the Buddha said. Not only forms. Through our eyes we see forms. Forms means not the forms out there, but the form that arises in the eye, which is called form of form. Not only forms, but also form of sound through the ear. The Buddha said, there are sounds cognizable by the ear that are wished for, desired, agreeable, and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a bhikkhu, not necessarily a bhikkhu, bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka or upasika, whoever, if delights in them, welcomes them, and remains holding to them, delight arises in him or her. With the arising of delight, there is the arising of suffering. that is through the ear sounds, that is the form of sound. Then form of smell to the nose, as we smell odors which are cognizable by the nose, whatever the odors, smell. Then said, referring to the tongue, there are flavors cognizable by the tongue that are desired, wished for, agreeable, same thing. If someone delights in them, then suffering arises. That is the form of flavors. Then tangible objects. The Buddha said, there are forms, there are tangibles cognizable by the body. And then said, there are mind objects cognizable by the mind. That are wished for, desired, agreeable and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If a bhikkhu delights in them, welcomes them and remains holding to them, delight arises in him. With the arising of delight, punna, there is the rising of suffering, I say. That is the Buddha's explanation. So, when we are exposed to the world, to our sixth sense bases, there arise forms. Forms. What are the forms? Form of forms. Forms of forms through the eyes. Forms of sounds through the ears. Forms of smell, odors through the nose. Forms of taste through the tongue. Forms of tangibles through the body. Then forms of mind through the mind. Whenever such forms arise, what happens to us? We delight. If we delight, we grasp them. That grasping, attachment leads to suffering. That is the arising of suffering. That is what the Buddha said. We are attached. Attachment is the cause for the existence. The Buddha said, dependent on attachment, existence comes to be. There are 31 existences in the world. It is because of our attachment we are born again and again in these realms. So the Buddha said further, referring to non-attachment, how suffering does not arise. Buddha said, punna, There are forms cognizable by the eye, cognizable by the ear, cognizable by nose, cognizable by the tongue, cognizable by the body, and cognizable by the mind, that are wished for, desired, agreeable, and likable, connected with sensual desire and provocative of lust. If the bhikkhu, practitioner, meditator, whoever, whether bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka or upasika, whoever, if does not delight in them, that is the point. If does not delight in them, in order to not delight in them, one must have mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key. Without mindfulness, what happens? We delight in them. If we are mindful, we do not delight in them. That is the difference. So, Buddha says, if one does not delight in them, does not welcome them, and remain holding to them, does not remain holding to them, what happens? Delight ceases in him or her. With the cessation of delight, Buddha says, punna, with the cessation of delight, there is the cessation of suffering, I say. That's the way for the cessation of suffering. So the Buddha pointed out the arising of suffering and the passing cessation of suffering. What is the cause? What is the cause of arising? Delight. Delight is the cause. What is the cause of cessation? Cessation of delight. Cessation of delight is the cause. Now Buddha gave this advice to him, Venerable Punna. Then Buddha asked, now as the Buddha gave the advice, Buddha asked, now that I have given you this brief advice, Punna, in which country will you dwell? Where do you want to go to practice? Buddha asked. Then this dialogue took place between Venerable Punna and the Buddha. As the Buddha asked, where you want to go to practice? Venerable Punna says, Venerable Sir, now that the Blessed One has given me this brief advice, I am going to dwell in the Sunaparanta country. Sunaparanta is a place he wanted to visit. That is the place, Sunaparanta. Sunaparanta is in the present day, in the Middle East. The Buddha said, Punna, the people of Sunaparanta are fierce and rough people, fierce and rough. That's why I said they are rough, tough people in Sunaparanta. Not that easy. if they abuse you and threaten you, what will you think then? That's the Buddha asked. If they abuse you, if they threat you, what would you do? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta abuse and threaten me, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, and in that they did not give me a blow with the fist. That is how I practice. Venerable Puna says, if they threaten me, if they abuse me, threaten me, then I would think that they are nice. They simply abuse and threaten me. They did not give me a blow with the fist. They did not hit me. Therefore they are nice. Then the Buddha said, then I shall think, the Blessed One, these people are nice and kind. But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with the fist, what will you think then? Buddha asked. Venerable Sir, Punna says, Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with fist, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a clod. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, then I shall think thus, Sublime One. That is what he said. Is that way. Think that way. Then the Buddha asked, but Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you blow with a clod, what will you think then? Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a cloud, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a stick. That way. Then Buddha asked, but Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with a stick, what will you think then? Punna says, Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a stick, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they did not give me a blow with a knife. Buddha said, suppose, Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do give you a blow with a knife, what will you think? What will you think? Venerable Sir, Punna says, Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do give me a blow with a knife, then I shall think, these people of Sunaparanta are kind, truly kind, in that they have not taken my life with a sharp knife. Then Buddha asked, But Punna, if the people of Sunaparanta do take your life with a sharp knife, what will you think of? Then he says, Venerable Sir, if the people of Sunaparanta do take my life with a sharp knife, then I shall think thus. There have been disciples of the Blessed One who been humiliated and disgusted by the body and by life, sought to have their lives deprived by the knife. But I have had my life deprived by the knife without seeking for it. That way. That means, there were some monks who who wanted to suicide as they were humiliated, being disgusted of life. They wanted to suicide by cutting the neck using the knife. Now Venerable Punna says, now without seeking the help of a knife, now I got it. If they take my life, I think now I got the chance without seeking that. So that it's this way he thinks. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One. Then I shall think thus, Blessed One, Sublime One. That is what he said. Thereafter, Buddha said, Good Punna. Possessing such self-control and peacefulness, you will be able to dwell in Sunaparanta country. Now, Punna, it is time to do as you think fit for you. This is what the Buddha said to him. Friends, here we can see the way that one should practice forbearance, patience, endurance, tolerance, and loving friendliness. Loving friendliness, love. Love is very important. It's a very important factor to understand clearly. Love has 3 different stages: romantic love, filial love or family love, and universal love. Romantic love is in between lovers. Filial love or family love is among the family members. And universal love is without any discrimination. We generate love and extend love to all beings without any discrimination. So these 3 are equally important. There is no limit. Love has no limit. That is to be understood. Loving kindness and loving friendliness are 2 terms we use. We see in different ways. People talk about loving friendliness and loving kindness. Kindness means karuna. It is not metta. Karuna. Karuna is compassion. It is not kindness. Loving kindness, therefore, means karuna, metta and karuna both. Therefore, it is much better use the term love and friendliness. Love and friendliness, rather love and kindness. Then now, as the Buddha instructed, and Buddha was satisfied with him, Venerable Punna, the Buddha said, possessing such self-control, that's self-control, forbearance, patience, peacefulness. Buddha said, you will be able to dwell in Sunaparanta, that particular country, that particular place. You will be able to practice over there. Now, Punna, it is time to do as you think fit for you. Then, having delighted and rejoiced in the Blessed One's words, the Venerable Punna rose from his seat and after paying homage to the Blessed One, departed, keeping him on his right. He then set his resting place in order, took his bowl and outer robe, and set out to wander towards the Sunaparanta country. He departed to that country, that place, Middle East, from India. Wandering by stages, he eventually arrived in the Sunaparanta country, and there he lived. Then during that rains, that was during the rains. You see, nowadays it's the 3 months retreat, 3 months rainy retreat. All monks in all Theravada monks in all countries, during this time they observe 3 months retreat. That is what is called rains, 3 months rains residence, rains retreat. So during that time, during that rains, the Venerable Punna established 500 men lay followers and 500 women lay followers in the practice. And he himself realized the 3 true knowledges. What are the 3 true knowledges? Which are peculiar to gain by arahants as the result of practicing. What are the 3 types of knowledges? Ability to understand one's own previous lives. Ability to understand how beings are born to this world and how beings are departing here and are born somewhere else. Then the ability to completely destroy all defilements, all taints. These are called triple knowledge. So he gained these triple knowledge. On a later occasion, the Venerable Punna attained final Nibbana. Then a number of bhikkhus went to the Blessed One, and after paying homage to him, they sat down at one side and told him, Venerable Sir, the clansman Punna, who was given brief advice by the Blessed One, has died. What is his destination? What is his future course? That's what the monks asked. Then the Buddha said, Bhikkhus, the clansman Punna was wise. He practiced in accordance with the Dhamma and did not trouble me in the interpretation of the Dhamma. The clansman Punna has attained final Nibbana. That is what the Blessed One said. The bhikkhus were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words. So friends, this is the end of the discourse. This wonderful discourse is really a wonderful discourse for us to understand the significance of practicing forbearance, patience, tolerance. As the Buddha said, it is the highest practice. Khanti paramang tapo titikha. It's the highest practice. Nibbanang paramang vadanti Buddha. All Buddhas say Nibbana is supreme. So let's understand the significance of this sutta, this practice, through this wonderful lesson from Venerable Punna, how to practice patience, forbearance, and how to practice metta, love and friendliness to all beings without any discrimination. As Buddhists, you have to understand that whenever we extend metta, love and friendliness, Buddha has taught us different techniques such as immeasurable metta. Immeasurable, that means immeasurably we extend metta to all beings in the world. That is one method. Immeasurably, we practice exalted method. These are different methods. Exalted method. Starting from yourself, you are extending metta, love and friendliness, gradually, step by step, gradually starting from you, then you extend it to beings around you, in your village, in your city, in your country, in the world, and in the universe at large. That is the second method. In accordance with the Metta Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta, Buddha has categorized all beings. First, categorized into two groups: moving beings and immoving beings, Tassa and Thavara. Then the first group, moving beings, were classified into 12. What is the purpose? Metta. Extend metta to all such beings. Then in accordance with another discourse, Khanda Sutta, referring to Khanda, where the Buddha said, there are beings, footless beings, 2 feet beings, 4 feet beings, and many feet beings. Extend metta to all such beings in the world. This is the way to practice, develop metta, so that we can live happily, peacefully, with a pacified mind, light-heartedly in this society. And finally, realize real peace, real happiness of Nibbana. may we all experience that real bliss, real happiness of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.